All right, everybody, at 10:59 and counting, welcome to this Friday's Harmonize to Energize. My name is Terry Matthews. It's my great joy and pleasure to share self-help JIN SHIN JYUTSU and invite people from all the way around the globe to share with us their interesting stories, their inspiring stories about JIN SHIN JYUTSU, and give us some practices, some self-help. And if you're completely brand new, I do this little spiel beforehand just to give you a little cue into what the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU actually is, in my understanding. I've been practicing it myself for over 30 years. And I began by learning the self-help practices. Now, JIN SHIN JYUTSU is understood to be an art of harmonizing life energy, which is sometimes described or named as chi or ki or prana, depending on which cultural background you have. And this energy circulates through our bodies in a clockwise direction through energy pathways, and it's regulated by what we call safety energy locks and what acupuncturists call points, point. And due to our lifestyle, our thinking, the words we express, and our actions, we can disharmonize that flow of energy. But we're so blessed because we have these safety energy locks, these JIN SHIN JYUTSU safety energy locks, which act like regulators that can help us unblock any of the resistances that we've created through our mindsets, attitudes, and beliefs. These safety energy locks are the diameter of your palm of your unique hand, and there's 26 of them left and right of the spine, 3 in the arm. And they all have specific qualities and specific names. And when they are connected in certain patterns, they can harmonize your energy field. Does that sound like something that you would like? So the art was actually brought from Japan back in 1970. I didn't say 17, did I? Mary Eno Burmeister, who I had the pleasure of meeting and receiving JIN SHIN JYUTSU from, learned from a master called Master Jiro Murai in Japan. And she moved back to America where she was born, but she was actually born in Seattle, Washington, but she actually, when she returned to America, she returned to California with her husband. And some years after returning to America and continuing her studies with the Master Jiro Murai at a distance, she began to share the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, and today it's spread throughout the world. There are several instructors, there are textbooks, there's a whole business, a whole organization. And if you're interested in finding out more about it, you can go to the website. You can Google JIN SHIN JYUTSU, which is spelled JINSHINJYUTSU. I suppose it would be helpful if I put that in the chat.
Yeah,
good. Here we go. The JIN SHIN JYUTSU websites are JSJINC.net and JSJ Spirit Mind Body. I think it's .com, that group. But anyway, it's all good. And so today is Mystery Presenter Friday. And on these Fridays, I introduce somebody from the international community who at this point is a mystery unless you found out already and you're psychic. And they come on and they share their inspiring stories and some JIN SHIN JYUTSU self-help practice. So without further ado, I'm earlier than usual. I normally gab on for about 5 minutes. So anyway, a minute before 5, without further ado, let us see who the mystery presenter is. Yeah. Let's see who that mystery presenter might be. Oh, my word. And here she is.
Hello. Hello,
From
everyone.
London via Brazil.
Well, yeah, the Brazilian in UK. So how are you? I don't know. I need to put my glasses. I was trying to keep it charming, but no charm without seeing, right?
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, perfect. Much better. I can see you now.
Yeah.
So thank you for inviting me, Terry. I don't know if there's people that I already know, colleagues there.
Well, we can have a quick look. We can have a quick view. Here we go. Let's do the gallery view.
Besides Edson.
Okay.
Let's see.
If anyone feels brave enough to turn the video on right now, if they've got a camera, go right ahead. There you go.
Oh. Okay, so me and Terry, we had a story as we introduced to our colleagues and then friends since 2006. My first class at JIN SHIN JYUTSU, well, I first met JIN SHIN JYUTSU in 1996. I was pregnant, and it was Carlos Guterres that gave me the first session. And at the moment, I realized that's what I want to do for a living. That's what I've been doing since 2000. Was in first class with Wayne in Porto Alegre, Brazil. And from there, as you know, I don't know if there is practitioners here. It's a life. It's almost like addiction, right, Terry? So
it's almost like a what?
An addiction.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Anyone got an addiction? See me later. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's something that we start learning about, knowing ourselves and help ourselves. And then 2006, I had the opportunity to go to Scottsdale. I had a blast to have Mary give me a session. And when I was talking with Terry about this session, I realized she was working with me with the fifth step. And that's what I want to share with you. I had the opportunity to meet Kato Sensei in his course in Osaka too. So it's been a long, long journey. And it's my first webinar in English. So if you don't understand something, ask Terry. He's very well trained in my English. He's very well trained in my English. We are working together in Scottsdale and I moved there in 2017 to 2019. So we learned how to understand each other in English.
I'm getting better. You know, Tais once gave me a gift of how to learn Portuguese, but I never did. So
I gave you that. I didn't remember.
Yes, you did. But you know, I didn't get to it. But anyway, Tais is doing well, folks. So I'm going to shut up and let her carry on. Here you go.
Well, I want a more conversation. So,
mas não vai aparecer. Eu não tô aparecendo.
So someone is speaking Portuguese there.
Oh, we are going to.
Yes, maybe Janice, that's a Brazilian name that someone said I'm not showing there, huh? Spots of Portuguese, good. Ingrid is there. That's my friend. So what I want to share with you today is let's say some insights and some stories about fifth step. And it was Terry invited me to share with you something. Then here in London, in the same week, I met Carlise Smith. She used to be Jiu-Jitsu teacher, and we talk about fifth step. So that's what I decided to share. So first, since it's a self-help, Harmonize to Energize, I would invite you to start with our normal first 26. Everyone know how to do that? We have some cameras of being good. And because I want to share fifth step, 26 is already part of that. Twenty-six is the total and complete. And that's how we start our journey. The journey of our soul. The intention of the fifth step is to remember who you are. In the deep level, connecting with your spiritual inheritance. Fifth step is the fire. More as the fire of the soul. It is the fire that gave us life. Because of the fear of not being what the others want us to be, we disconnect from our souls. Let's connect from ourselves. Because of the fear of not being who we think we are. We start making a lot of unnecessary effort to be. Safety energy lock 26 is here to remind us we are already total and complete. We just need to connect with the right now. So no fear. Of not being. Okay. I'll just beginning. Everyone is okay. Let's And it's fine, it's easy to understand. Any feedback, my English? Got 6 messages there. Oh, there's the hello.
No
there.
feedback yet.
Okay. So, of course, that wasn't planned as usual. But what really strikes me in my first self-help class, that was in 96, was in this self-help book, number 1, page 7, when Mary tells us we are human beings, not human tryings or doings or strivings. We are simply human beings. And it was about how to practice the art, the self-help, where they relax, but if you can relax, you don't need to try to. And at that moment, and I don't know, I'm assuming you've been doing self-help for a while, attending Tais classes, and have been done some JIN SHIN JYUTSU. It's so amazing how we keep trying. And right now, there is like a cult of try harder and even harder and go over your limits and leave your comfort zone. And I always make this joke, like, it took me a long time to get in a comfort zone. I'm not leaving that at all. And what I want to tell you is the opposite. Actually, that's what Mary was trying to tell us, that we are human beings and we shouldn't be so worried about trying to be someone that we are not, to correspond to other people's expectations. And so thinking about that, and thinking about the safety energy locks of the 5th step, I'm going to say what the 5th step is. I was thinking, okay, the attitude that is harmonized, the 5th step, is the trying to, is the effort, is the pretend to be someone that I am not. And it's disharmonize the heart and the small intestine. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU language, we would say that's when we get too much into pretending, and like wearing this mask of to be strong or weak or whatever mask we like to wear. We disconnect from our heart and our discernment. Why I'm saying that? Because the small intestine is connected with the heart. It's connected with the heart as 5th step, but small intestine is connected with discerning, our ability to see what's right and wrong, and mainly right and wrong for us and for society. So it's let's say it's an ethical level. And in our heart is connected with our spiritual inheritance, if that's how I say that word. So when when pretending, we really start losing our ability to understand what is right and what is wrong for us and even for others. Because when you're trying to make sense with the other's expectation, you're going to lose your integrity somehow. And then that will be affecting your discernment or discerning things. So, and when you do that and you lose your integrity in a mental level, sometimes you lie to try to protect your job or your boss. Or actually you're protecting the image you have of yourself, then you disconnect from your heart, because as human beings, we do want to be good person. Nobody wants to be bad, and then we start feeling guilt. So when you try to be someone that would please others, first, if you need to please someone, probably doesn't work, right? If you need to not be yourself to please someone else in order to be loved, it doesn't work. That's the first topic. And when you do that, you definitely gonna break your heart, because this other person is always asking for more. And that's when the fifth step and the effort comes to your life. While I'm talking, we can hold the little finger to harmonize. Yep. Harmonize the fifth step. So, by the way, my college degree is philosophy, so maybe I got a little deeper in the physiophilosophy here. But my play here, by having fun here, is invite you to think about a bit. Think with me. That's how I like to say. So, coming back to this, why I make so much effort, why I'm trying to accomplish so many things. Oh, it's for myself. I like to have a good life. I have to spend money, drink good wine. That's my lifestyle. So, and then am I doing effort, or I'm just working with something that I like? I think that's a part of what Mary would say, and I had the opportunity to have her notebooks with me, so I have found a lot of notes today. If I love what I'm doing, usually I don't feel like I'm doing any effort, right? I'm just doing. Or more than that, I think she would say that I'm just being. So when we, in real life, are working or having a relationship or socializing or hanging out with our friends, I think the first question for ourselves could be, am I being? I don't know if I'm saying right that. Or I'm trying to be someone so people like me. This start with this question and holding the little finger. You start practicing discernment, thinking what is good for you and what is not good for you. And more than that, who worth your presence? If you're trying too hard, maybe you need to check your values, because why you trying so hard to be loved for someone that at the beginning doesn't like you anyway? So this is a tip. So when I go to 24, 25, 26, you already know where I'm going. So when we work with our little finger, we harmonize. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU, we say left hand, we harmonize the past. Right hand, we harmonize the present. What I like to say on that we are always harmonizing the right now. In the energetic level, there is no past or present, there is only right now. If I have a trauma, and if you have a trauma, you all know it's always updated right now. So we don't need to worry so much about what hands we are gonna use. So not in the self-help level. Yeah, little fingers. And I born with both like that, was much worse. And with JIN SHIN JYUTSU, this one got straight and self-help. So thinking about that, working with our little fingers, fifth step, we're talking about authenticity. What was the last time you asked yourself if you are allowed to be authentic? And what it means authentic? When I was living in the United States, I didn't hear this in UK yet, or maybe just because they didn't say it yet. But when I was in the United States, I used to hear a lot like, oh, you are very intense. I was never sure if it was a compliment or a criticism, but I was sure it was like maybe too authentic. That would be my translation for the intense coming. And what means to be too authentic? If you are respecting the other people's boundaries, what is? You just have this unashamed way to be. I think when we practice JIN SHIN JYUTSU, we are getting more courageous to be authentic. And that's what connecting with your heart means. According with JIN SHIN JYUTSU, the heart is ruled by Leo, astrological sign. And that's a lot about to be brave. And to be brave shouldn't be something that scares us, like, oh my gosh, today I'm really brave, I can be myself. And I do have this feeling sometimes, I'm sure you all have. It's getting harder and harder to show who you are. So my solution for that was just hang out with people that like you. Then you don't need to be brave, you just relax. So like, then you got your fifth step, harmonize. Another way to do the harmonize the fifth step is, and I have, let's see, that's a nice one. Remember this one, Terry? Very nice.
Vaguely.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
yeah, this other way, but it's in the self-help book, number 2. The other way to harmonize a fifth step is holding the little finger and the ring finger. Yes, so we're gonna hold this two. Yeah. So let's play. You can choose the hand if you want to use the left hand or right hand. And eventually I stop talking, but it's a bit hard. So when I was checking this out in the past, that was in the self-help book number 2. I think it's page 7. I don't remember. Something else happened. It's not.
One of the
I
mudras.
felt like,
One of the mudras.
no, it's in the, let's see, it's in the book 2, I think. No.
Yeah. It may well be. Yeah, it's one of the mudras, though.
Yeah, I thought it was the mudras and then, well,
Yeah, it's in
I took a
self-help
note.
3 as well. Yeah.
I think it's in the yeah, number 2 page. What's that? This one. Figure page 36 pretends in the book self-help 1. You know, 1. So and at that time, I was thinking, as physiophilosophy goes, okay, I harmonized the pretending with a little finger, but what, thinking about attitudes, that's how the level we work in self-help, what the second half, the sadness, has to do with that. So connecting this sadness as an attitude, second half, is the fear that my dreams never come true and the fear of losing what I have. So then I realized that's why we pretend, because we are afraid that if we are ourselves, if we are who we are, we're gonna lose what we have, wherever, family, a job, loved ones, or be invited for parties. And then, so when we are pretending, we are trying too hard to be what others expecting from us, we start, and then we disconnect from our heart, we disconnect from discerning, we start getting sad, because actually that's when we are about to lose what's the most important thing for us, that's ourselves. So when we do the self-help for 5th step, that we work with a little finger and the ring finger, we are working with the cause and with the effect, let's say like that, a cause, a consequence of pretending, of trying to make too much effort. That is the fear of losing what we have, whatever is the reason that we are pretending or trying to. And the fear of not be loved. And why I say that? Because that's what the heart is calling. We want to be loved. We want to be accepted. So let me tell you something. When you're pretending, you're not being accepted. We are playing against your game. The only way to be accepted is being yourself. So that makes sense? That makes sense, Terry?
Yeah, I got you.
So I just usually talk with the people. So let's do a bit of little finger in the other hand now, and ring finger. And I would like to invite you to breathe, all pretending. The ring finger. Exhale all the fear of losing things. And connect with the courage of being yourself. Understanding being yourself in the spiritual level is to be someone that you'll be proud of in the end of this life. With or without your next life. So for to be someone that you can be proud of, you need to be connected with your core values. Be ethical with you, your friends, yourself, your friends, your family, your community. And that's why you need to discern what's good, what's bad. And what's your motivation to do what you do. So, of course, I could be talking about that self-help. And I do love how we can harmonize ourselves with just holding our fingers. But we do have more tools in our toolbox to harmonize ourselves. And that's why I love the name of this self-help event, Harmonize2Energize, because when we harmonize ourselves, we get energized. And then we are able to go through life. So for the Safety Energy Lock self-help, I made a little research. I say little because it's literally 3 years ago with the 0 to 26 Safety Energy Locks. And I found some interesting quotes from, some of our good instructors, like Wayne. I got here. Lynn, Ian. So it was almost like visiting them. Let's see, where's my notes? That's not this one. So from Wayne, that's beside my first, second, third teacher. That's my friend too. I found for the fifth app. Actually, he talked in the 25th Safety Energy Lock. In a world where success is often measured in terms of accomplishment and acquisition, provide and acquisition is the goal. Safety energy lock 24, 25, 26. Actually, he said only 25. I'm doing my expanding interpretation here. Safety energy lock 24, 25, 26 provide us a gentle reminder of the profound simplicity in effortless life. So when we're talking about, actually, he's talking about the safety energy lock 25. And so studying about that to help you or to guide you to the I got lost in my books here. 24. I got this here. Can you see? I'm gonna be able to see it, right? Safety energy lock 24. I think. Sorry for that. Yeah. Let me show you. Is it the outer side of your feet? And it's here. Found that. And it's the 24 came into the universe, meaning understanding, harmonize the chaos. That's the 24. 25 came to the universe, meaning quietly regenerate, or in the words of Lin, quietly rejuvenate. And 26 came to the universe, meaning complete. I saw that already. The time is kind of running way too fast, but as a thought, as a word, as a self-help and a general thinking. 24, safety energy lock 24. Here, you see, 25, and then the excuse, and 26, that is the one we're doing. Give us an interesting message about how to harmonize our fifth app, how to harmonize ourselves after so long time of trying to make this effort to be. And I do love the path of that. So if you think about 24 as harmonizing the chaos, for me sounds like a history that you go to the first step, second step, third step, fourth step, and fifth step, trying to your whole life, and eventually you get in chaos. And I was thinking, what chaos has to be with pretending and trying to? Of course. Why, of course? My of course is not always of course for others, but I think you're gonna agree with me. If I'm trying to be someone that I'm not for too many people for so long time, I'm almost gaslighting myself. I'm convincing myself I'm a person that I'm not. Then I get the syndrome of imposter because I'm trying to be someone that I'm not. And for different people, in different times, in different contexts, and then eventually I'm gonna get in chaos because I lost myself in the process, and then I don't know who I am anymore. So working with the 24, safety energy lock 24, is going to bring you back to the center. And what is interesting for me revisiting my material is that, of course, you can hold the safety energy lock. My son made me promise I wouldn't show my feet in the camera. So hope you got hope you got where exactly. So I'm not showing. Hope you got where is the 24. There's another way, and I thought it was very interesting to harmonize the chaos. That is, guess, holding the 26. So one of the ways to harmonize, can do that again, come back to the 26. One of the ways to harmonize the chaos and harmonize the safety energy lock 24 is actually give us a big hug, coming back to total and complete. Because if you are aware that you are total and complete, you don't need to pretend because there is nothing missing. You always can be a better version of yourself, and I do agree with that. But if you're trying to be someone else, that's not even a better version of yourself. It's a fake until you make kind of version that you're not going to make if it's not who you are. So the way to connect, harmonizing the chaos, is the simple 26 again. If I'm the only responsible for myself, chaos is when I get lost in my own path. Harmonize your 24. Remind yourself you are total and complete. There is nothing missing. We just need to find the treasures inside of us and share these gifts. The other way to harmonize the 24 is holding your finger, the little finger. And then I thought, like, obvious, it's fifth step, but it's for a different reason. It's in the order of the safety energy lock, so it's quite a coincidence. So then, safety energy lock 25, 25th, is quietly regenerating. After the chaos, we need regeneration, and we do need to be calm and calm our mind to be able to see what's in front of us, see through our own eyes. That's 25th, that's regenerating. And be quiet, which is a challenge for me. To see without judging. Remember when you disconnect, from yourself and try too much, your discernment get bit in trouble. So then 25th help us to quietly regenerate our sense, our heart, our vision. And I found something from Lynn that she said, when 25 clears, 23 will open. 23 is our controller of human destiny. So it's in the 0 to 26 book. Lynn, dear Lynn, thank you. So when you...
Lynn Fluger?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So when we sit in our hands, so the way to help the 25th is sit in your hands. That's what my son promised I wouldn't do. So hope you know what sit in your hands means. When we simply sit in our hands, we regenerate and we connect with our destiny. And that's meditation, right? We say sitting, but here we sit in our hands. Regenerating from the fight, from the war we've been through, trying to please others. Regenerating for not being who we are and to be away from our spiritual path. Being able to observe, but where we are right now after the chaos. And there is another self-help for the 25. Thank God it's being recording. It's gonna be in YouTube later. That is holding. It's in the self-help book number 2, page 62. Other way to help the 25 is you sit in your hand and you hold your tree here. You can do left side or right side. And this is going to help sending energy and descending energy. Because remember, when you help the sending, you help the descending. You help the descending, you help the ascending. That's balance. That's what we do. That's harmonize to energize. But this exactly same movement, same self-help helps that holds the 25 health. Saved energy log 8, saved energy log 11, saved energy log 16, 18, and the 25th itself. Meaning the 25th regenerating or quietly regeneration, quiet regeneration is the same help for connect with the infinite, release heavy loads in our back, help us with the transformations in life, connect us with our mind in a good way, and see what needs to be seen. So this is a very, very important self-help if you want to hold 3 and 25, because you help the 5th step when you connect in different ways. And then again, after harmonize the chaos, regenerate from the wars, we got the 26 safety energy lock. The one that which was in the beginning of our session. It is the one that is right now, and the one that we will be forever. Total and complete. In the right now. Why we talk so much about being in the now? Because there is the only thing that exists, and there is only way to find ourselves. It's where all potential exists. And start, complete, and we finish. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. I never call you Matthew. Thank you, Terry. Matthews.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So, that's been a very, I would say, beautiful weaving and threading of the major safety energy locks from 24 to 26, but beginning where we arrive. And these are the safety energy locks of the 5th depth. And I think Tais explains some very useful aspects of how 5th depth can be disharmonized, and then related them beautifully to the different understandings of the safety energy locks. And for those of you that are completely new, which I don't think there are that many, in fact, I should say in future, if you're new, raise your hand. But I don't, I forget this stuff. But the weaving together of the threads of understanding and the words, the choice of words that Tais used here, authenticity and fear of being authentic, we probably all have been there at different levels, at different times in our life. But our heart knows how to bring us back, because certainly my experience and understanding is our soul's wisdom is complete when it communicates at that level, at the heart level. And so just being yourself, obviously, you know, to actually be fully yourself in certain situations isn't always comfortable for you or others, but being brave enough to be that is the next dimension, yes? And I think we got that message loud and clear from Tais. So thank you, Tais. If you have anything else you want to quickly summarize, or is there anybody? Yeah, David said, thank you for bringing me to the now. Wonderful. Thank you, David. Has anyone got any feedback, any questions? Oh, very interesting. Yeah. If anyone has any questions they want to ask directly to Tais, then just unmute yourself.
And then one other way to harmonize the 26 is holding your palms, which is...
There you go.
Yeah.
What we received, may we be truly grateful. Amen. Or a woman.
Yeah, that's total and complete.
Yeah, right. Unless, of course, you want to hold every single finger, but this is quicker.
That's like, so
yeah,
we can do
this
that.
This is quicker.
That's when we clap. We are total and complete with others. We are in the presentation. We are like, wow, we are part of the same amazing show here. Thank you for that's a way to harmonize.
And here is the sound of one hand clapping. So thank you from Rita. It's an interesting session. Nice to learn about another Brazilian outside of Brazil. That's right. In London, no less.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So I don't know. People want my Instagram or something. Or you
Oh,
put that
yes.
on the.
Have you anything you want to share with us, Tais, about how people could contact you if they want to?
Well, I think Instagram is the easy one. Now I have Facebook too. Thank you, Terry. Actually,
Do you
so I
want to type
blame
that
him.
in the chat room?
Huh?
Do you want to type that in the chat?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Did you?
That's
Oh, yeah, there it
my.
is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, that's Instagram.
Yeah, and Facebook, I think it's the same name, but I do like more Instagram. I don't have much posts there. Have different things, but if you.
A newbie.
Yeah, well, actually, I only post stories and other things about being like
Yeah.
a kind of lifestyle in a very interesting way. You're gonna see a lot of wine there. Don't judge me. And mindfulness sessions. So because that's what I believe, we can be spiritual, ethical, happy, enjoy life, keep yourself in balance, and all that. But if you have any questions, you want to be in touch, I always answer everyone in the Instagram, even the ones that doesn't deserve. That's not the case, but I do, and they give up on me because I give very serious advice for people that are just there for bothering others, and I do have fun with that. So
Well,
free.
folks, we know that wine has a symbolic meaning, and my question to you is, can you turn water to wine?
Actually, let me tell you, if I have time, I can explain you that. The Romans always put wine in the water because it's too dangerous to drink water, because there's a lot of contamination.
Well, there you go.
So they would put wine in the water, turn water in wine in order to be safe with the drinking water. I learned that in my history of wine because I study wine too, guys. I study to be sommelier, but that's so that's part of the story.
Presumably, it's those probiotics in the wine, those beneficial bacteria that deal with.
It's a lot of alcohol, right? Imagine 2,000
well,
years
I mean,
ago.
there might be some alcohol too, of course. Yeah,
what a awful wine! They need to put water, and they
yes,
water. They need to put the wine. So
yes.
that's why the Romans brought wine for whole Europe during the Imperium to clean the water.
Interesting.
See?
And that's the beauty of these sessions. You can always learn something new. I believe, at least I do.
But don't put water in your wine, and that's not excuse to put ice in your white wine. Okay, no excuse. Don't.
No, I don't do ice, folks, because my understanding, anything to do with ice, okay, it cools down the system, but it can also suppress digestive heat. So yeah, so it doesn't help the body. This is traditional Chinese medicine theory, by the way. And so when I came to America, I noticed a lot of people have iced tea. And, you know, here in Arizona, it gets hot. So I'm going, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But of course, being a purist, I said, yeah, I don't want to weaken my digestive system. I'll just let the tea go in the fridge for a bit without the ice. But anyway, that's all an experience that you all have to go through for yourself and for wherever you are on your journey. But let's say once more, thank you to Tais. I really appreciate her coming on board. We do know each other from, as she mentioned, back in 2006 and the Scottsdale office. And I didn't realize, I think you mentioned it, I didn't realize that she'd started doing self-help using the name Harmonize2Energize. There you see, an English invention, an English chap that invents it, and it goes back to England, and that's perfect.
And I told everyone that's we are doing Harmonize2Energize together. It was the idea of Terry. Then he asked me, I was joined because I work at the office. Then I host some sessions. Then when I moved here, I had this opportunity to do this self-help thing that was in a hotel. So no one would even care about Jin Shin Jyutsu, which was very interesting. But they would show up for this, whatever it was. And then I need a name. And then I like, you know what? Lazy job. Gonna give the Harmonize2Energize name that no one would know what was. And then actually I told everyone, oh, that's the name that was created by a British guy that's coming back. I told everyone. I don't need a karma. Yeah, come back to England, like, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, we'll see. I'm just gonna stop the